Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me. Run through the land, you run through my soul. Bring me wisdom and peace. Run.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome today to be my guest. And we have Jenny Hudson from Cambridge, and she has come down to talk about, she is the owner of Merrimack Media, which is self-publishing and promotion for you authors out there. Jenny, welcome.
Thank you.
And you had a great day to come down here. Beautiful, sunny.
Beautiful drive.
And you've never been down to Upton?
Close. I've been to Hopkinton.
Oh, that's right up the street. And you said it was a nice area, and it is.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Jenny, she takes it one step further for the authors. If they don't care to self-publish, they can come to Jenny, and she will take care of that and help promote them. So tell me how you got into this, Jenny.
Well, I'm actually a writer myself, and it started maybe 16 years ago. It was something I decided to give myself on my birthday because I always wanted to write. And so I started like every author does who's, starting at some point later in their life, and just got into a really strong writing habit and started taking classes and joined writers groups. And after a while I had a novel, which is pretty awful, and it was actually with an agent for a while, and then the agent threw it back to me and said, well, I'm just looking for things now that have a track record of someone who has been published before.
Oh, I've heard that with many.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they go
Right.
through, yeah, I know.
But I was a web designer,
Yeah.
and I had graphic design skills, so I thought, do I spend the time looking for another agent, or I was already actually into my second novel, or do I actually learn how to format a book and do it? And so I decided I would try it because I wanted to learn how to do it, and then other authors I knew started asking me to do their books, and before I knew it, I was doing a lot of this, and I was having a lot of fun doing it, and I liked it more than web design, which you have to learn about every 2 weeks. So I thought that in 5 years, that's something that I wanted to be doing full time. So 3.5 years ago, I rebranded my company, and
What was it originally?
it was called Hava Hudson Design.
What was it?
Hava Hudson Design.
Hava Hudson?
Yeah. So anyway, that was a web design company. So it's just so then it's now Merrimack Media, which we do web designs, of course, for authors who need websites, but we do the whole shebang. And I have editors who help authors edit, and I make sure that they have a really professional cover, and everything is just top notch. They get a great ebook and some promotion. We do a little video for YouTube for them, and a media kit, and we can do all kinds of other promotion once they get published by Ingram, and their book goes on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Kindle and Nook, and that was all a big mouthful.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
No, that was good. That was good. Now, what did you start out doing? Let's say you left. Did you go to college?
Oh, I was an art teacher.
Well, I majored in art in
Oh, really?
college.
Oh.
Yeah. And then after you left college, you had your degree in art, right?
Right.
And so that's where the design comes in, right?
Oh, yeah, I was actually an art teacher, and I sort of flipped back and forth between doing graphic design and teaching art, and there was a little blip there where I'd been teaching at a school for emotionally disturbed kids for 7 years, and I was getting a little emotionally disturbed myself.
Well, it can happen.
Yeah, right. So I decided that it was time to do something else, and my son and I used to make jewelry, which I used to experiment because I was teaching it, and I decided I was going to start doing jewelry. And so he was 10 at the time, went into business and had a jewelry business, and it evolved into clothing, and I wound up leaving my teaching job, and so.
Your son actually went along. That's great.
Yeah.
Did you make what you have on?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, I did not.
So where did the jewelry business go?
The jewelry business evolved into a clothing business.
Oh, that's right up my alley. Was it like a thrift shop or consignment?
No, I had a line of polar fleece jackets and coats, and they were manufactured in New Bedford, and they were shipped all over the country. and I did that for 9 years. And at the end of the 90s, I did a website for my business. I learned Photoshop.
Yeah.
And it was probably one of the first clothing companies to have a website, and I loved doing that. I thought, oh, this is great.
Well, that's like Project Runway, you know, on television, the
Yeah.
show with the designers.
Right.
Love it.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, it's fun. It was,
Yeah. How could you leave it? Oh,
well, you know,
absolutely.
after your stuff gets knocked off and you start having production problems, and you know, it's not as glamorous as you think. It's
It's fun. It's creative.
it is fun, and I would say the first 5 or 6 years, I would pinch myself. And
Yeah. That's a dream job for someone who loves clothing and the difference.
yeah, it was fun. And I still have some of my samples, which I had made up to fit me, of course. So that was fun. And so that's how I learned web design. And then I studied it and became a web designer, and let the clothing and jewelry thing go.
So you went like corporate web design, or you're on your own web design?
Well, I started out just doing it wherever I could get jobs as a freelancer, and then I worked for the University of Wisconsin
Yeah.
for 2 years doing websites for the university.
That's a good school.
It is a good school.
I've heard about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I came back here
Yeah.
and did it for small businesses.
Yeah. And then when did it hit you like, I'm going to completely change this and go into book publishing?
Well, let's see. I came back here in 2002, and it was probably in 2007 or 8 that I thought, you know, I like this. So it took me a while to
Yeah.
evolve.
Yeah.
And my company's come a long way, and we offer a lot that I never dreamt that, you know, I'd be doing. I think the greatest pain for authors right now is promoting their books.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I'm trying to find ways to help authors, and we just contracted with a sales rep company who are going to be selling books, and I'm having a catalog, which is really unusual. I don't even know of another self-publishing company that does this. And you know, we help them crowdfund if they want, or pre-sell their books, and do a lot.
That's good. Now you're based in Cambridge.
Yes.
Now Merrimack, though, wouldn't that include New Hampshire?
Well, actually, no. Well, there is a Merrimack, New Hampshire. There's also a Merrimack, Mass.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
near Newburyport, and
Right.
I actually lived in Merrimack, Mass. years ago, and that's when I was an art teacher.
Yeah.
And the word Merrimack is a Native American word that means swift current, and so I always loved the Merrimack River, and I thought, well, you know, that's kind of a cool name, and maybe it's a little obscure, but
Oh, I like it. It adds up. It's good.
so that's how that came to be.
Now your sign says self-published, the book you always wanted. We make publishing painless. Merrimack Media Fund. Pub Slush, official partner.
Pub Slush is a crowdfunding platform, and it's like Kickstarter for books. It's really great because with Kickstarter, if you set a goal of $8,000 and you only raise $6,000, you don't get to keep it.
That's good.
With Indiegogo, which is another crowdfunding platform, you can keep what you earn, but it's not necessarily for books. So Pub Slush is for books, and it's based on the same structure as Indiegogo. You can keep whatever you raise, and it helps authors promote their books. And now they have a new thing where you can pre-sell your book, and instead of just, you know, straight crowdfunding when your book is coming up. In fact, I just talked to an author this morning, and her book's getting a lot of attention on some platform where you know, you put chapters out and people comment on the chapters, and actually wants to publish it because a lot of people want the book. So on something like that, people are going to want to buy the book, so we're going to put it on pre-selling the book on Pub Slush, and that way she can raise the money that she needs to hire an editor and get the other services that she needs and get that book out there. Yeah, it's really cool.
We're talking with Jenny Hudson, and she is the owner of Merrimack Media, self-publishing and promotion. Jenny, before we go any further, how can people get in touch with you?
Through our website, which is at merrimackmedia.com, MERRIMACK media.com, and the phone number and email is all on there. That's probably the best way. And you know, we will talk to anybody if you need advice and make sure that you know, you're taken care of. And we actually answer the phone. And
Good.
Yeah.
That's always that's a plus.
Yeah.
What do you get? And you know, when authors come to me too, There are some books that just do you edit it in a way of saying, you could try this, and this, then come back to me. Okay, so they understand that you will do that.
Right, and
Yeah.
books.
It's not being critical; it's just helping them.
Well, yeah, except that some authors take it as being critical.
I know.
And,
Yeah.
And this is their baby, and especially an author doesn't have a lot of experience, and if they haven't gone to a writers group, and if they haven't had classes or criticism, it's devastating for someone to tell them that it's not great.
Yeah, I know.
And but I feel like I'm doing them a favor. They may hate me,
Yeah.
but I've suggested to authors that yes, it needs editing, and your idea is good, but just let's bring it out a little more. And most authors are fine with it.
Yep. But there's one or two.
One or two.
It's going to have a problem.
Yeah.
Show us some of the books that you've helped get out there.
Sure. I brought just a handful of books, and I brought them for specific reasons.
See, Jenny didn't write these.
Right.
These are people she's promoting. Okay.
Right, and this one is called Ethics of the Undead.
Lauren Schechter, she's going to be on the show.
Yeah, it's a him.
Yep. Okay.
You'll figure that out when
All
you
right.
meet him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure I will. Okay.
Yeah,
Talk towards me.
tap towards you.
There we go.
Okay. All right. Sorry. And this is Ethics of the Undead, which is a vampire novel, and it's hilarious. And it's written by a retired psychiatrist, so it's very insightful into the character development, and it's very funny. And this book actually won Kirkus Review's top 20 self-published books of 2014, which is a huge honor. I mean, this is over the entire country. And it's a very great book, and I was proud to publish it. And this book is by an author I published 2 years ago, and by John Nardizzi. It's called Telegraph Hill. And this book is no longer with us. And I'm also proud of this one because the book did well, and John has been picked up by a traditional publisher. And so we retired the title, and he has moved on, and I wish him luck. And
Good for him. That's good.
Yeah, and I had another author this year, too, who did that, and I'm very proud of them. And so, we do children's books. This one just came out, Brave Nellie. Yeah, it's about a woman who met a dog in the Dominican Republic named Nellie on the beach, and adopted her. And Nellie had to learn things like climb the stairs or how to, eat out of a bowl. And so the message is, of course, is that we all struggle with new things, and it's for children, who might have a problem learning new things.
Heck with the kids, I want.
It's a very cute book.
My son has a little baby girl that might.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Very
get that
cute.
for her. So, and this one is by an author, Barbara Stinson, and this is a photo book, and she actually shot all these photos herself while she was trying to cure her cancer.
Is it breast cancer?
Breast cancer.
Yeah.
She's had double mastectomies, and so she wrote little meditations on each
That's
flower.
good. Can you hold that flower up, though? That is really pretty. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this is a beautiful book.
Is this her first book?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And she came to me. She had these little teeny flowers. She'd done a mock-up, and I did the design, and I looked at it, and I said, "No, these are beautiful." I said, "But they have to be over the whole page." And I said, "I'm doing this. I'm not giving this to anyone else." And so I designed it.
That's great.
And yeah.
You designed it?
Yeah, I
Good girl.
I do
That's
a
good.
lot of the design.
That's your art background there.
Right.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of book covers. This
Joy
is one.
Street. I like the title of this. Joy Street.
Right. This is about a detective. This is written by a Boston private eye.
A Boston Private Eye wrote it?
Yes. And it's, if you like the Spencer novels.
I love them. I love those.
By Robert Parker.
Yes,
You'll
yeah.
love this book. And it's got a detective in it that's a little sensitive, not so much like Spencer, who had, it's sort of a humorous, sarcastic edge to him. This guy is a little sensitive, very, very sweet, and he also has a girlfriend with a lip, and and it is a good read, very suspenseful. So, and we have a lot of good books coming out, a lot of terrific books. So
Yeah, I think my favorites, well, I love the kids' books, but are the mysteries,
right,
thrillers.
right.
They catch your attention just like that.
Oh, absolutely.
But we've had a lot of historical fiction authors on, and I could have cared less about his. Now I've become very into it.
Right.
I don't know why. I wasn't the first thing I'd go for in the library, the bookstore. Not the first thing.
Well, I think when you live in New England, you sort of inhale the history,
Yeah.
and you want to know more whether you're originally interested in history or not. You can't help
Yeah.
but absorb it.
We have a couple of wonderful authors. Barbara Burke here in Upton, I'll give her another plug. She wrote a beautiful book about Upton, and she's one of our senior citizens with lots of knowledge. John Robertson, I must be missing somebody else too, but I mean, the knowledge these people have, they go way beyond, well, we weren't even around when, they were already beginning to pick up all the different nuances.
Right. I just published a book last year. It's called Female Adventurers, The Women Who Settled Massachusetts and Connecticut by Alice Stelter, who's a historian. And she actually researched the first Puritan women who settled and their lives. And she does a chapter in each one. It's really interesting. So that might be
What's your favorite to read, just off the top?
of the ones that I
Of
published.
anything,
of
your
anything.
own.
Oh, well, I have a, guilty pleasure of chick lit.
Chick-lit?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the one thing I don't go for, but that's cute.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
well, maybe high-end chick lit, like,
Romance novels?
No, no,
I don't
no,
read
no,
those,
no,
no.
no, no, no,
There's
no.
the other ones with the cute, they have the cute covers on them of Shopaholic, stuff like that. That's kind of cute.
Well, like, the Devil Wore Prada, that kind of book.
Yeah, I like. Well, that was a good movie.
Yeah, right.
That was a
Yeah,
very
that
good.
kind of-
So, where is your son now? He helped you with jewelry. Where did he go?
Well, he's actually, an amazing kid. He has he's a crafts person, although he doesn't, well, he does, actually. He's in the Navy. But in high school, he started doing beautiful pottery, and then he became a chef and went into the Navy, and he worked with an admiral, and he was in a submarine for 3 years as a cook. Then he worked with an admiral in D.C., and he just got transferred to an admiral in San Diego, where he's an aide, and so he also does leather now, and so he kind of knows how to run a craft-oriented
Yeah,
business
yeah.
because he grew up with that.
Yeah, he saw you doing that.
Yeah.
Is he a millennial in his 20s, early
Yeah,
20s?
yeah.
Mine is too. He's 22. Yeah. It's funny, yours went and ran with it, with his. Mine is still thinking, what am I going to do? I don't know. Sometimes I think those with a lot of talents, your son's lucky. He was able to get them into motion. A lot of these kids don't know which one to run with.
Well, sometimes it takes a while to figure out who you are
Yeah.
and go through different stages. And I know in my life, I've gone through 3 or 4 careers, just
Oh, I hear you. Oh, yeah.
trying different things.
Yeah.
And I think that, if you're doing the right thing, it's a culmination of all the things that you are. And
Entrepreneurship.
all your skills.
Yeah.
Well,
You've been an entrepreneur.
Yes.
I'm an entrepreneur.
yes.
Have you read, I plugged this the other day, to Gene Simmons' book, from KISS? He's got a new book out. You'll love it.
Really?
Called Me Incorporated. And he may be obnoxious and narcissistic, but he is a genius with business. This guy knows how to market. It's already out there. I borrowed it from the library. I may end up buying it, and it's about $26. It's worth it, I think.
Really?
I
I'll
want to
check it
have it in
out.
my library.
Really? I'll check it
Yeah,
out.
I like it. He's a marketer. There's no doubt about it. This guy, he started from nothing,
Yeah.
and he had all these little different jobs, and the band kept growing, and he doesn't care about anything. Get out of my way. I'm gonna just get this pushed through.
Well, part of succeeding is just showing up and
Yeah.
being consistent and doing what keeping your eye on the ball. And
How about authors that come to you who aren't as sure of themselves as they should be? Their book's good.
right, and that's a problem actually because I've had authors who publish their books and then they're shy
Yeah.
about it. They don't want to promote themselves. I mean, we can do it for authors. I mean, it's a paid service, but it's something that you can do yourself. But it takes a little bit of confidence and it takes some time and a little know-how. But you have to get behind yourself because if you're not behind you, no one else is going to be behind you.
Some of them don't have I've met more that are able to promote and get up and give a speech, but I've met a couple who I've had to coach because I say, don't worry about it. These people are looking up to you. They're sitting there. They're thinking, wow, look at this. Someone can get up there. I always think you're all set, you know?
Right. So one of the things that I do through my business is I have a meetup, and it's open to anyone in the Boston area. It's called the Write, Publish, and Promote Network, and we have all kinds of events, and it offers authors a chance to speak at readings. You know, I schedule probably monthly readings, and the authors that I publish, and sometimes some that I don't, come and do a reading, and, you know, I'll work with them a little bit on how to structure that. But I also have a lot of educational events, and one of them we did in November. No, I think it was October actually, and we're doing it again in January, is how to read like a professional author, and I have a drama coach and a speaking coach who works with people, and she makes such a difference, you know, just in terms of, you know, reading through a different voice, or you know, having the confidence to find your real voice. And, you know, I have authors that talk like this, very wispy. And,
Oh,
you know.
you notice a lot of girls are doing that now. What is that? Is it the yuppie wine? What is it? What is that?
I don't know.
I don't get it. It's like, why? If you blindfolded me, they all sound alike. They all sound alike.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's just a different generation. I don't know what it is, but it's like, you know, I feel like saying drop. And you don't have to do that. You can be yourself. You know, just be yourself. What is the process for somebody when they want to get their book published? First of all, they call you or they email you.
Mm-hmm.
What happens next?
Well, it depends on where they're at with their book. Normally, you know, I want to take a look at what they have and help them kind of decide if, you know, they need some editing, or, you know, if they're ready to go. And I would recommend a proofread at the end, no matter what. And when that manuscript is ready, then I send it to our book designer, who does an interior design and sets up the ebook, and we design the cover and start working on the media kit and some other basic promotion, and then it's all ready to go. And it goes up to, you get a physical proof, and this one is actually proof. It's not glued. I got it from the printer.
That's okay. That's good. I've done that with other things too. But why? You know, why not? You know.
So, but the ones that you get in the mail, excuse me, are, you know, they look just like a paperback. So
Yeah.
this would be a proof. And then you proof it, and it goes right up onto Amazon. You can order a small amount if you want. You can order a large amount if you want, and get a discount for over 100 books. And
But how many weeks do you think, if somebody's coming to you, what do you tell them? It's going to take X amount of weeks?
Well, it depends. It depends on the author. If everything is ready to go, if I have everything that I need, 4 to 6 weeks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah, that is very, very good.
Yeah.
Are they patient?
Yeah, some are, some aren't.
Do you schedule them to go to events? Do you do that too, or do they kind of encourage them to do that on their own?
Both. You know, I actually plan some events for them. We do the Boston Book Festival. We have the availability for authors to come and have book signings and sell their books. And I do different readings around town. We have different places where we do them. This guy, you know, is a Boston author, so he got a big reading at the Trident Bookstore Cafe, and we have one coming up through Porter Square Books at the Kickstand in January. And I do a bunch of independent things at Moxa Restaurant in Central Square. And so, you know, there's all kinds of opportunities for authors.
How about, we have about 5 minutes left. How
Okay.
about, what was I going to say? Oh, the first time I've ever been to the one in Danvers in July, the big New England Authors Expo.
Oh, right.
That
right.
is amazing.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we do that every year.
Yeah. Were you there?
Yeah, I've been there for the last 3 years.
So do you pick an author and sit with them, or you just kind of walk around and shop?
Oh, no, we have a table, and I put out all the books from all the authors, and they can also come and do signings. And
Yeah, I was there. I don't even remember seeing it. Well,
Oh,
there's a ton of
no.
people there. You know, really, it was beautifully handled.
yeah, he does a great job.
I mean, the room, I've talked to the audience about this before. I mean, really, the room is like, we might as well have a huge wedding or a coronation in there. It's huge.
Right. Plus the venue is beautiful on the river there.
Yeah, that little restaurant underneath.
Yeah,
we ate
it's
there.
really cute.
Yeah, the little
Yeah.
chickadees come up to your table and everything.
Oh,
So you're going to be there again this July?
probably.
You will?
Yeah.
What's your favorite event for authors or in this whole area of New England? What do you recommend is the coolest one to be
Well,
at?
the Boston Book Festival is amazing because there's all kinds of lectures and, vendors and things going on. But Grub Street has the Muse in the Marketplace,
Okay.
which is wonderful, and you can take all kinds of classes there. And that's a 3-day sort of intensive,
Yeah.
which is great. I actually teach a class at Grub Street on self-publishing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very handy. Now, Jenny Hudson, she's from Cambridge, and she is the owner of Merrimack Media, self-publishing and promotion. Jenny, before we close, one more time, how can people get through to you?
Sure, merrimackmedia.com, and that is again MERRIMACK media MEDIA.com, and you can email me or phone numbers all over the website. Be nice to hear from you.
And Jenny, thank you so much for coming on. I
Thank
hope there's a
you
lot of
so
little author
much.
ears out there going,
Yeah.
just like that. We'll see you next time.
All right, thank you.
Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.